Students, let's start the today's lesson. Okay, today I am going to explain you all about the conditional clauses. Right? So we have three types of conditional clauses. Today I am going to speak about type 1 conditional sentences. We call these conditional sentences as well. In your book it is told as conditional sentences. Right? So from that I am speaking about type 1 conditional sentences. So we have three types. Out of that today I am going to speak about type 1. Right? So before stepping into the lesson, let's listen to a dialogue. Right? Hi Janaki, what are you doing?
I'm studying for an exam.
Good. If you study hard, you will pass the exam.
Oh yes.
If you pass the exam, you will be selected to the university.
Yes, I know, madam.
Yes. Right? Did you listen to the dialogue? We'll take an example from the dialogue. Right? So the sentence I'm going to take is, if you study hard, if you study hard, you will pass the exam. Right. Now look at once again about the sentence. If you study hard, you will pass the exam. In this sentence, you have two parts in this sentence. Right? You have this initial part and the other part. Let's see what they are. Right? So in the whole thing is one sentence. In this one sentence, we have two parts, the first part and the second part. A sentences with two clauses we call complex sentences. So out of the complex sentences, the first part we call if clause, or we call the same thing conditional clause. Right? So the other part we call result clause. Right? Understand once again, the whole thing is a complex sentence and it has two parts. The first part we call the conditional clause or the if clause because it's joined with the conjunction if. Right? The second part is we call the result clause. We call it result clause because if this condition is fulfilled, then you can achieve this result. Right? Therefore, we call this the result clause. Now, we'll go back to the topic. They are called conditional clauses. You have a condition. Right? So, the condition here gives with the conjunction if. Right? If you study hard. Right? හොඳට ඉගෙන ගත්තොත් විභාගෙ ඉගෙන ගන්නම නම් විභාගෙ පාස් වෙන්න පුළුවන්. Right? So these type of clauses are explained in conditional type 1. We call them probable conditions. Right? So when both the conditions are like to happen, right? I boleh dah kan? Nah, patang kata orang right. Okay. Yeah. Conditional, right. So this type 1 we call probable conditionals. Probable means likely to happen. Or else may happen or can happen. In Sinhala we call wenna puluwan. So conditional clauses type 1 we call them probable conditions and we use them to explain actions or things or our ideas that may likely to happen or can happen. Wenna puluwan දේවල් අපි explain කරන්නේ conditional clauses type 1. අපි වලට කියනවා probable conditions කියලා. Probable conditions are used in this manner, and in Sinhala we call මට ගහනවා නම් මාත් ගහනවා. Understand? And also we say ඔයා ආරාධනා කරනවා නම් මං එනවා. ඔයා පාටියක් දෙනවා නම් අපිත් එනවා. Likewise, so here we explain if something will be provided or fulfilled, that the result will be happen or result will take place. Right? To tell such things we use conditional clauses. So out of that, the first type we call probable conditionals or probable conditional sentences. Right? Okay, we'll see how we can make a probable condition. Now you know that in a probable condition or conditional clause we have two types. The first part we call if clause or the conditional clause, which is with the conjunction if, and if this is fulfilled, if this condition is fulfilled, මේක කරනවා නම් තමයි අපිට මේ result එක ගන්න පුළුවන්. right? මම උදාහරණයක් කිව්වේ ඔයා ගහනවා නම් මාත් ගන්නවා. right? If you hit me, I'll hit you. Understand? I just took an example from Sinhala. If you hit me, I'll hit you. Right? If you help me, I will do the work easily. Right? If you come tomorrow, I'll also come. Right? If you invite me, I will join the party. Right? Such things. So we use, what you need to understand is when and where we use these probable conditions or conditional type 1. Right? So they are likely to happen. Therefore we call probable conditionals. Right? Or else we call them real conditionals also. In some books they say they are real conditional. Real mean when pulwa, when haki. Right? Okay. Now let's see how we can construct a probable conditional sentence. Look at the same thing. Right, I have written a new sentence. My conditional clause or the first clause is if you invite me, right, which I join the two clauses with the conjunction if, right. If you invite me, the result clause is I will join the party. Now we will see how we can construct a sentence like this. Now when you just look at the verbs, here you find simple present tense verb, and with these two parts you will see the sentence is in future. So what you need to remember is in conditionals type 1 we have the conditional clause in simple present. Right, that is you have the subject, verb in the base form or according to that matches the subject. If this is plural, the subject should be in the base form. If it is singular, the verb should be singular with the conditional conjunction. Right? And we'll move on to the result clause. If this is in the simple present, you have to have the result clause in simple future. Clear? Right? So in conditional clauses type 1, which we call probable clauses, or the sentences that we say about something that may likely to happen, may happen, or will happen, we use the conditional clause in simple present and the result clause or what will happen if this condition is fulfilled in simple future. Right? Okay. We make a simple present tense with subject and the verb in present form. Right? And we have the result clause with subject and we use will plus verb in base form. That is the sentence structure. Understand? Right. So we join the two clauses with if. This is a conjunction which speaks about a condition. Right? There are other conjunctions as well. Right? So for the moment we will use if because it is given in the book with the conjunction if. Right? Therefore as we use if here, they are called if clauses as well. මේක අපි if දාලා මේ දෙක join කරන නිසා ගොඩක් වෙලාවට මේවට කියනවා if clauses කියලා. right? අපි ඒකට කියන්නේ conditional clauses කියලා. මොකද මේකේ තියෙන condition එක. condition එක fulfill වුණොත් තමයි මේ result එක ලැබෙන්නේ. ඒ හින්දා අපි ඒකට කියනවා conditional clauses කියලා. We join with the conjunction if. Clear? Right. And now look at the sentence structure. Here you have the conditional clause at the beginning. Here you have the result clause at the end. Make a reverse කරලා ලියන්නත් පුළුවන්. Right? I'll write the same thing. We'll take the result clause front. Right? So the first example I took is, if you invite me, I will join the party. You have the conditional clause front and the result clause following that. Next, we can write the same thing reversing the two clauses. We can take the result clause, you know, with will, we write the result clause and we can take the condition after that. Right? So you can say, I will join the party if you invite me. Our party at ennam oya mata ආරාධනා කරනවා. Right? So, but there's slight difference in, you know, punctuation here. ඔගොල්ලෝ conditional clause එක මුලට ලිව්වොත් අපි සාමාන්‍ය clause එකක් කියලා කියන්නේ වාක්‍ය ඛණ්ඩයක් තේරුමක් තියෙන with a subject and a verb. Right? දැන් මේක මේ conjunction if එක join කරලා තියෙන නිසා මේ වාක්‍ය complete නෑ. තනියෙන් තියන්න බෑ. You have to pause here. As it is not complete, we have to put a comma here. Because this is not a full clause. මේක dependent clause එකක් කියලා අපි ඉංග්‍රීසියේ කියනවා. මේක තව එකක් මට යැපෙන නිසා. නිසා මේ conditional clause එක ලිව්වට පස්සේ ඔයගොල්ලෝ කමාවක් දාන්න ඕනේ. Then you can write the main clause or the result clause. Right? ඔයගොල්ලෝ result clause එක මුලට ගත්තොත් මම කියයි මේක independent clause එකක් ලා මේක තනියෙන් තියන්න පුළුවන්. So no need to put a comma here. මෙහෙම ලිව්වොත් අනිත් පැත්තට අරගෙන මේකේ වගේ කමාවක් මෙතන දාන්න අවශ්‍ය නැහැ. You can say I will join the party. මේක ඕනත් ඒක තනියෙන් කියන්න පුළුවන්. I will join the party. Right? No need to have another phrase or a clause. Therefore, no need to have a comma if you write the result clause initially. Right? Then you can join the dependent clause or the conditional clause. Right? Those are the two ways or two minor differences in the two types which gives the same meaning. මේ වාක්‍ය දෙකේම දෙන්නේ එකම තේරුම. Right? එකම දෙය තියෙන අපි reverse කරලා ලියලා තියෙනවා. ඔයා මට පාටි ඔයා ආරාධනා කරනවා නම් මම join වෙන්න. Right? මම join වෙන්නම් ඔයා මට ආරාධනා කරනවා. Clear? Those are the two ways. So once again I'll revise. So today we spoke about conditional clauses type 1. We call them probable conditionals or else the real conditions. So in here we use conditional clauses to explain any action that is likely to happen, that may happen or may be realized in near future. Right? So there we use, the first part we call the clause with if, conditional clause or else dependent clause. The other clause we call main clause. එක fulfill not එන එකට අපි කියනවා main clause, එහෙම නැත්නම් result clause. Clear? Right. We'll move on to some sentences. Okay, let's look at these sentences, right? So I have given you some examples to show you the way we can write the verb correctly. The same activity is given in your book, right? Look at this. First one, if my mother agrees, I'll come to the party, right? So you find the conditional clause at the initial position and the result clause later, right? So I told you, so out of the two clauses, we write the conditional clause or if clause in present tense and the result clause in future with will and the base form of the verb. Now look at this. The verb is given for you within the brackets. The first one, if my mother, we know the subject is singular, so put it in simple present singular form. If my mother agrees, I'll come to the party, right? Second one, if it, the verb here in rain, I'll come in my car. අපි සිංහලෙන් කිව්වොත් එම වයින්නවා නම් මං එන්නේ කාර් එකේ. කොහොමද කියන්නේ? If it rains, I will come in a car, right? Third one, if I late, I will have to stay at the gate. And I mean, look at and identify the conditional clause. If I late, now we know that we have to keep this conditional clause in present, right? So the verb is come, it matches with the subject. So if I come late, I'll have to stay at the gate, right? Okay. The fourth one, if you blame your friend, he. So this is here you have to write the result clause. Conditional clause එක මම දීලා තියෙනවා. Result clause එක fulfill කරන්න ඕනේ, right? So if you blame your friend, මේකෙන් result එකක් අපි ලියන්න ඕනේ, right? So verb දීලා තියෙන verb එක තමයි angry. ඒත් ඔහුට කේන්ති ආවේ. ඔයා එයාට බැන්නොත් ඔහුට කේන්ති ආවේ. කොහොමද කියන්නේ? If you blame your friend, he, you have to have the future form. So the helping verb is will. He will get angry. Right? So the next one, if you eat a lot of sweets, this is in present form and write the result clause in future. If you eat a lot of sweets, you, what is the helping verb? What is the helping verb here? Yes? What do you put? You will become fat. Right. Next one, if you drive carelessly, you, and the future form, you will meet with an accident. Right? Okay. Those are the examples. With this, of course, you can do grade 10 students, unit 13, page number 131, like the activity you can do. And also this is started in grade 9, unit 9, they have introduced clauses, conditional clauses, unit 9, page 97, I can remember. You can do the activities both in the workbook and the textbook with this knowledge. Okay, let's summarize once again. Right? So today we learnt about conditional clauses type 1, right? We call them probable conditions. Probable conditional sentences, right? So a clause is a conditional sentence is a complex sentence. It has two parts. The main part with the conjunction if we call the conditional clause, and it will be joined with the result clause with subject and will plus the verb, and that is called main clause or the result clause, right? So we use probable conditional clauses or the sentences to explain anything, any action that is likely to happen. Right? So once you understand this grammar point, if you have any question, just ask. We can do the activities in the workbook and the textbook. Okay, let's finish today's lesson. Thank you very much for joining the lesson.